Hello out there, YouTube. What's going on, everyone? It is D Dunn here. I am the average gaming dad, and we are back on New York Giants franchise here on Madden 25. Super excited to be gaming again. Had a little bit of a break. Had some family in from out of town over the weekend, so I didn't really get to game much. But we're back on. We're gonna have some fun, and I was very surprised to see that we have a linebacker breakout challenge. Also, if you are watching this after I am live, do me a favor. If you watch and you enjoy this, consider liking the video, consider hitting the subscribe button and trying to catch me live. We could chat about football while you watch me build the Giants into an NFL dynasty. All right, with that out of the way, we have a linebacker challenge. I don't think we've had a breakout challenge in a very, very long time. So I'm very excited to see what we got here. And Brian Gurley, our defensive coordinator, looking at Taylor Bowden. Obviously, he's one of the top defenders, but I think he's still got room to improve. How does this plan look for him this week? 7 tackles and a TFL. I mean, that seems very doable. He averages probably 10 tackles a game. Yeah, let's choose it. I like it. Let's roll with it. Sounds great. Thank you for your input, Coach. All right. So our stud, young, second-year linebacker, if he gets 7 tackles and a TFL, I think that would actually make him superstar X Factor. Am I crazy in thinking that? I think I know my roster for the most part. Let's take a gander. He is superstar. He is superstar. So, with that said, he would go up to superstar X Factor with only 7 tackles and 1 TFL. That seems really light, but we'll take it. We will take it. Now, in case you are new to this or haven't watched the last episode, we are in a bit of a pickle. Because we have to sign Malik Neighbors, 99 overall, 93 overall, Braxton McKinney, 85 overall, Warren Pritchett, 25 overall, Steve Ramirez, and then we have some backups here. But 2 core interior linemen, one of the best defensive linemen in the league, and one of or the best wide receiver in the league. We have to re-sign them all. And we have like $5 million in cap space. Could prove to be difficult. So probably all those players are going to end up hitting free agency. I just don't see how we're going to do that we just don't have room for cap. In the offseason, we had our now franchise QB, Pat Hutchinson. We gave him his 5th-year option. And this year ended up signing him for $60 million. I think that's actually the same amount that Dak is getting paid, but he's way better than Dak. Actually won a Super Bowl last year. So, I mean, I he definitely earned that money. There's no doubt about that. But that definitely really hurts us because we have done such a good job at drafting and developing young talent. We now have many guys that we have drafted that have now turned out to become absolute superstars. And as a result, it's time for them to get paid, and we just don't have the money to pay them all. So we will see what happens come the offseason. If we want to repeat of our Super Bowl run from last year, where we ended up taking on the Ravens and beating them, then I feel like it's going to be with this team again. We have all the core pieces from last year, and we started off with a really rough start versus Dallas, but we won our last 2. We're now 2-1. The team's like a 91 overall team. We have all the pieces to make another run at back-to-back Super Bowls. But getting that third one is going to be really tough if we can't sign, you know, some of our top talent. So, something to think about. Did we get gold? We did. Okay. So, I don't know. We might have to get creative. I'm trying to think of all the players that I would be willing to see move on. It would honestly have to be Malik Neighbors. That might be a little shocking considering he is a 99 overall. You know, of the players that we need to re-sign, he is the highest rated. But I am a firm believer that it offensive and defensive line and make a team. And if we don't have a good offensive line to block for our quarterback to get the ball to Malik Neighbors, then we're toast. So I will be mainly focused on retaining our very good and very young offensive linemen, developing, you know, some of our guys like this rookie that we were just working with, Mike Simmons. And, you know, we drafted 2 wide receivers in last year's draft. They ended up being the 2 fastest players in the entire draft as well. So we have speed, we have athleticism. You know, we have raw talent at the wide receiver position. And so if we end up losing Malik Neighbors, I think we have enough youth. I love how the corner just ran the imaginary route. Anyway, we have enough youth and athletic ability, and we've proven that we can develop talent in this organization. And so I'm really not worried about replacing Malik Neighbors long term. In the short term, we might take a hit. But long term, I think we'd be fine. Any number of these guys have superstar, you know, written all over them in the future. That was bad. All right, so just silver. So yeah, that's my thought process. I'm more worried about retaining our offensive and defensive line, especially because we have some aging linebackers. Bobby Okereke and what's his name? Simmons? Going to be in regression age soon. We got Taylor Bowden, who factor. We got Deacon Fields, who's developing. And then is it Simmons? I'm blanking because he's not a starter anymore. But between our different linebackers, both between the youth that we have, and the veterans, we could easily switch to a 4-3 if this man, Silas Rodriguez, ends up developing really well. He's only 20 years old. He has star or better dev. He's freakishly athletic for a defensive tackle. And so if he can develop and we retain Braxton McKinney, we would have like 4 90-plus overall, like an entire defensive line of 90-plus overall players, like that would be dominant. No quarterback would be safe. So anyway, long way of saying that's what I'm focused on, retaining our offensive and defensive line, trying to pay those guys first, and then if somehow we have enough money from Malik Neighbors, then we'll spend our money there. But shockingly enough, what has been arguably our best player since we started this franchise, we may have to be okay with just letting him go. Really looking for this guy here, Dakota Boss, looking for him to make like that real big step forward, begin that superstar X Factor level. He's been really solid, but he hasn't been like elite yet. So hopefully maybe this year is the big breakout year for him. All right. So we'll do our... It's here. Let's see. We did make some small adjustments to the sliders. We tweaked the penalty ones by quite a bit because they were ridiculous. And I think they're in a good place based off our last couple games. Kayvon Thibodeau's going to be out for today's game with turf toe. And then I also said like maybe like week 7-ish, week 8. If we're not seeing many injuries, high ankle sprain for Dorian Graham, that could actually be impactful because he's come on really strong at the start of this year. That we might up the sliders a little bit. Just because when you're halfway through the season, if you have a clean bill of health for your entire team, that's just not realistic. So let's see, we got Thibodeau's out for a week, and Graham, he's only out for a week. So a couple more weeks, if we don't start to see some more injuries, we're probably up the sliders there. But we also added a minute extra time on the quarters. So the games will be a little bit longer, but I think we'll get some more realistic results. I'm trying to think what else we need to cover before we hop into this game. We have seen this year our run defense has not been as good as maybe we would like. Plus 2 to zone, that's nice. And that's been a little concerning. Last year, we did so well. Our run game was number 1 overall. Mainly just because we were so good about having these long, solid drives that got us down the field. And we scored on so many possessions consistently that we were constantly out in front, and then teams just couldn't run the ball. I think some teams are figuring out that we're actually not that good at stopping the run, and they're using that to their advantage. We gave up our first 100-yard rusher against the Cowboys in week 1, and I know we saw some good stuff out of the Vikings and the Texans in our last 2 games, but now, of course, I'm not sure who the linebacker is now for the Eagles, or the running back. Let's actually take a look at who we're going to be facing off against. Interdivision matchup here. Still Jalen Hurts, 95 overall. Christian McCaffrey. All right, so him and Saquon. If that were this year, you would think, holy shit, but now McCaffrey 11 years in the league, and Saquon now 10 years in the league. These guys are old. I don't think they're going to be that impactful. They still have Devonta Smith. They still have A.J. Brown. So they have really retained like their oldest players. Dallas Goedert's still here. So like, where is the talent on this team? I'm not sure. They have a really weak left tackle, so we should be looking for Dakota Boss to have a huge game. The right guard, right tackle don't seem particularly good either. So our defensive line could have an absolute field day. Where is the talent on this team? Their linebacker core doesn't really seem that great. Okay. They have some decent safeties, some decent corners, and of course Jalen Hurts, but I don't know how they're an 86 overall. I guess we'll find out soon enough. We're going to hop into game one here against the Eagles. Let's see how we do. We're down Dorian Graham, we're down Kayvon Thibodeau, but I think we're going to be okay. We do need to check on that. I was in the depth chart and then just completely forgot. Got a rivalry game, interdivision matchup. These are always must-win games. All right, so with Graham out, Hyatt, Bartow may actually see Cordell Lamb. These young speedsters are going to get some good quality reps, and then replacing Isaiah Simmons. Yeah, I was right. It was Simmons. Isaiah Simmons will be taking over for Kayvon Thibodeau. All right. Getting the ball to start. Nice little return. We're up at the 37. And Hutchinson, this really has been a big year for him. He got paid. He got $60 million. And his first 3 games were up to almost 600 yards, 8 touchdowns, and only 1 pick. So we've relied on him heavily. I feel like a lot of teams, coming out last year, having the number 1 rush offense in the league. Maybe teams starting to get a little wise to it, as Hyatt's able to hold on to that one. And so we've been kind of testing the waters with him, putting a little bit more pressure on him to deliver. Uh-oh. Slot fade Merchant. Is that not a touchdown? They're going to rule him down at the 1. Unbelievable. But a beautiful ball, and Hyatt making an impact play early. And now we're going to have Holly come in and just swoop this touchdown away from Hutch. Oh, he actually gets stopped. Maybe we should have stretched that one out to the corner. I still think we're going to just stick with it. Yeah, we didn't have the number 1 rusher in the league last year by no reason. We trust our guy. We'll give him another opportunity. And that is a quick score to start on our first drive. Feeling really good against the Eagles right now. All right. Eagles, not a successful return. They're going to take over at the 23. Now we're going to see Jalen Hurts. I imagine that their success or failure will largely depend on him. They have 2 very old running backs that just don't have the home run ability anymore. Their offensive line seems relatively weak. And they don't have a ton of speed on the outside. Like, we should be able to put a lot of pressure on Hurts. We're going to probably blitz and run a lot of man. Unless for some reason their run game can't get going. As we see McCaffrey taking the handoff there. We did see that. I do remember last episode, we had an issue where we were blitzing a lot, and the blitzes were not getting to the running back. And as a result, we gave up a ton of yards on the ground. I think there was one, what was it? I think we gave up like a 40, 50-yard run too. So we'll keep blitzing, and it's actually a read option with a fumble. Ends up being fumbled out of bounds. So Eagles get a little lucky there, maintain possession on that fumble. Got to wonder how many times they would want Jalen Hurts to run the football. As Christian McCaffrey barrels through for a gain of 1 and a first down. I mean, we've blitzed every play so far. Let's ease up a little bit. Drop in the zone is going to be a delayed handoff to CMC. Bobby Okereke is all over that one. And then friendly reminder, we also have the linebacker breakout challenge for Taylor Bowden. We're looking for 7+ tackles and 1+ TFLs. There's the tackle right there. He typically leads the team in tackles almost every game. I'd say he probably averages 10 or more total tackles. I think the big thing will just be TFLs. We'll continue to try and blitz him to try and get pressure. Including this down right here. We're going to go 4-4. Let's get press man. And there's the sack. There's the TFL. Sack for Bowden on the blitz. I don't know what Jalen Hurts, I'm not sure what that play was. He just immediately rolled out to the right. It wasn't a play action, so it's not like a play action boot. He just immediately sprinted to the right. No one was able to pick up Bowden on the blitz. And we got the Eagles in a 3rd and long situation. So we'll go to our quarters package. They dump it off to CMC, who maybe 5 years ago, maybe he's able to make a couple man miss, but this far into the rebuild, CMC's got to be, I don't know, 32 years old. He's only got 84 speed. Not the man he used to be. And there's a flag on the play. Please don't be running into the kicker. It is. All right, so the Eagles get a gift. I gotta see this. Kicks up. Oh, wow. That is a soft-ass penalty. Okay. Well, let's come at him again. We'll send another blitz, try to knock him back. But that's tough. Hurts to throw it again. Quick out there to A.J. Brown. Picks up 7. That's tough. That was a really weak penalty. Uh-oh. There's Azeez Ojulari barreling through the double team and double teams with Dakota Boss for the sack. That's our second time. Bringing down Jalen Hurts. He dumps it off underneath again. We're all over it. 4th and 2. Still pretty early on. Eagles could go for it. And they will. And they will. It's a run up the middle. Little counter action. Good blocking. Luckily, we do prevent the touchdown, but it seems almost as if it's an inevitability now. Or is it? Banks with the interception. Will Jalen Hurts catch him? I don't think he will. That's going to be a 100-yard pick six, and that's not Banks. That's Tyler Nubin, the free safety. I'm not sure what he was doing way out there in the flat, but we'll take it. Hurts tries to throw it out to the pylon. Nubin recognizes it, sitting in the flat, just undercuts it. And that is a 100-yard pick six for the safety. So maybe the Eagles should have taken the field goal instead of taking the penalty, which gave them a first down. Of course, no team would actually do that, but ended up working out in our favor. 7 points for us instead of 3 points for Philly. And undefeated, I mean, it's still early on, only 3-0. But still undefeated. Division rivals are quickly down 14-0. You love to see it. Fly, Eagles, fly. All right, let's see if we can continue to get at Jalen Hurts. We've got 2 sacks in this quarter. And now it's 3. As 3 New York Giants pile onto Jalen Hurts. We looked at the roster heading into this one. We saw that the offensive line for the Eagles seems really weak, especially at that left tackle spot. We assumed Dakota Boss would have a big day. And that was 3 Giants in there on Jalen Hurts. 2nd and 18. Easy pass commit situation here. And it's going to be a screen pass. McCaffrey wasn't ready for it. We're going to pass commit. Tell the team to guard the sticks. And there's Dakota Boss again. This is why you invest in your line and your offensive and defensive line. We invested draft capital. We invested training. We did a lot to get these guys in here and to get them to be good. And when you run against a depleted or just untalented offensive line that the Eagles have, like, we are dominating. That's now 5 sacks on Jalen Hurts in just over a quarter. A little bit of a slow start for Holly. 3 games, 250 yards. Last year, he averaged well over 100 yards a game. Got really close to that 2,000-yard mark. And we invested even more money into our offensive line, signing the free agent whose name I can never pronounce when I see it, let alone when I can't. But Kinsley Sumatai. I don't know. I feel like an idiot that I can't pronounce his name. But one thing we saw last year consistently was that we were unable to run the ball to the right side of our offensive line. So signing him over there really gives us a lot more options. Keeps the defense a little bit more honest in how they're going to be able to defend us, right? Because they can't just always know if we're running the ball that they just stack the left side of the line. And now we're going to give Holly a rest. Maybe we're not. Two safeties back deep. That middle looks wide open. We're going to give the ball to Holly. Little whoop, little juke move. He's just so dynamic in space. Even when you have a guy right in front of him in the hole, he's able to make a miss. Maybe a little bit more of a presence here, so we'll keep our current play. And there's Theo Johnson up the middle. And we're going to give him another shot, and he's going to pull that one down. Theo Johnson, not really involved a lot. This year, getting the tight ends a little bit more involved in the passing game. And that is just too easy for our young superstar tight end. He does actually have a tendency to drop balls when contacted, but against a much smaller defensive back there, he's able to hang on through contact. And that is just another dominant drive by our offense. So 2 offensive drives with little to no resistance. We got a pick 6, 100-yard pick 6. Defensively, Jalen Hurts is constantly under pressure. Like, I don't know what Philadelphia can do to get back into this one. And speaking of Sumataye, he's injured. He is injured. We're gonna sub. Let's make sure that we have the right backups in here. So looks like Evan Neal, we said, was going to switch back over to his native right tackle position, and then Carmichael is going to come in to play guard. But we might actually switch that. Let's get the younger, better guy in here. Mike Simmons, especially at guard. Yeah, he's a little bit slower, but he's like that big power guy. So we'll leave him in as the backup at guard. Carmichael will be the backup at tackle if need be. And we'll see what those guys can do. All right. I mean, we've been able to get pressure on Jalen Hurts just rushing 4, sometimes even 3. So I think we're okay here. Uh-oh. McCaffrey somehow breaking the tackle of Azeez Ojulari there. Still only a gain of 1. But we already got our TFL for Bowden. We've seen him in on a number of tackles. So now we just need him to keep racking up tackles. And is that him going into the locker room? No, that's Boss. Okay, so Dakota Boss. Now we're seeing some injuries, and I don't mean to sound excited about that, but that is kind of what we wanted to see. We upped the injury sliders because we want to have a more realistic experience. And it looks like Deontay Stockton, guy we picked up last year for injuries. I think it was free agency. I think he was on practice squad. And so he's going to come in at right end. Definitely not as talented as Dakota Boss, but he's still a solid backup. And I'm really surprised. Like, this just goes to show you. We got old man McCaffrey, his like 11th year in the league, out here just still dicing up our defense. We can be a lot better versus the run. Like, if you actually look at the attributes of our players, you'll see that a lot of them do not have good, my gosh. That's going to bug me. I'm trying to remember what the rating is called. I feel like a noob because I can't remember, so it's going to bother me. Block shedding. Jesus Christ, yes. Like, especially at our linebacker position. At the linebacker position, our guys do not have great block shedding. We've invested heavily into finesse moves, power moves, and coverage. Like, power moves and finesse moves for our defensive line, pass coverage for our linebackers. And so as a result, like, we've kind of left the run game in the dust, or our run defense in the dust. Eventually, of course, we'll get there. Uh-oh. There's Bowden laying in the wood on Jalen Hurts. Would have liked a forced fumble there. That would have been great, but... And right now, we're just going to play basic shell coverage. You know, I mean, the Eagles have really not threatened us. They did threaten us on offense once. They got down to the 1 yard line, and then Hurts threw a pick six. So, you know, until this game is close, there's really no need to really do much, but just force them to eat time. And Hurts is running. Hurts is running a lot. We might have to run this spy concept a little bit. There we go. Unfortunately, like, none of these nickel cover 3 packages have a spy. You don't get a spy unless you run quarters. But I think second and long, we're going to press up. We're going to shade our corners inside. And we're going to send a blitz at Jalen Hurts again. They block it up pretty good, but it is thrown too high. Thrown too high in the back of the end zone. And now 3rd and 10 here in the red zone. We'll see what we can do here. It's a designed run to Hurts, and it's blocked perfectly. And Hurts is just going to walk in untouched to the end zone on the QB draw. I mean, we pass committed. We thought for sure that they were, you know, at least going to try. I did not have QB draw up the middle on 3rd and 10 on my bingo card. So our defense ends up getting fooled. Hurts gets a touchdown on the ground. And we will have just under 2 minutes, probably about a minute 45, to try and get another score. Pretty tough starting position on the 24. But scoring in less than 2 minutes shouldn't be a problem for our offense. Let's go with a play that we feel really comfortable with. I feel like they changed the playbooks, because some of these plays are not in the same order that they were. We're going to streak Neighbors. We're going to streak Hyatt. And we're going to give Neighbors a shot. He's got a step, and he has a catch. And on the first play, we completely flip field. I don't know who the slot corner is for the Eagles, but he's getting beat like a drum. And they might need to make some defensive arrangements. Luckily, there's virtually no time runoff. His Neighbors is going to get another catch there, get out of bounds. This close to the end zone, we could run the ball if we need to. If we get a really good look, we don't have to shy away from running the ball. And look, I mean, this might be an opportunity here. Those safeties are wide, they're deep. Center of the field's open. And Big 78 completely whiffed on his block. You hate to see it. I want to quickly highlight this elite blocking from 78. He runs right past the linebacker, just absolutely clueless. You know, I would question that. I would question that as a head coach. That's a dumb play. We got baited. We got baited. Take a quick look again. I see Hyatt. I see this guy lined up like he's going to blitz. And even though he immediately drops back, I had already made up my mind. And we rip it straight to him. And instead of a touchdown to Malik Neighbors, it's a turnover. That's just a dumb mistake. We're going to run commit up the middle. And we caught it. So we get a turnover, but then we immediately get the ball back. I mean, just nothing going right for the Eagles, as I don't know what the hell that was. All right, so we have the ball at the 40. We have 25 seconds. I still don't know if that flag actually is a thing. Is that a real thing? I'm not sure. We have 25 seconds. We can easily get in a field goal range. We're going to streak Hyatt, so we have Neighbors and Hyatt. Hopefully get these safeties confused. Apparently our offensive line was confused. Hutchinson gets hit. We had Hyatt. We have a second more to throw that ball. That's a touchdown. Missed opportunity there. And we have already made this Eagles team pay deep down the field. We got Neighbors again. Good defense there. Was able to catch up. We're still going to take one more shot, I think. I'm okay with taking one more shot. We're going to give him another shot. And we overthrow him. Malik Neighbors on DeJean is just, it's a mismatch. It's a mishmash. It's a mismatch. We had him beat twice. We get hit as we throw once. And then overthrow him on the second attempt. But we definitely had Neighbors. He's already had one really deep strike in this game. But that was definitely a miss there. We still have, obviously, a commanding lead. Eagles are going to get the ball to start the second half. But we got to feel really good about the way we played. Run defense, a little suspect. We've given up yards to McCaffrey. We've given up yards to Hurts on the ground. He's the source of mainly all of their yards right now. Either passing or running the ball himself. He's basically been their entire offense. And now, if we can just continue to make the Eagles have really long, time-consuming drives, we should have no problems just really pounding the run game, like really trying to force that. Because the Eagles have been pretty good at stopping the run game. They've been pretty good. I will give them credit there. There's CMC up the middle, only a gain of 9, or a gain of 1. Second and 9 upcoming. Maybe another time, good time for a blitz. Uh-oh. Quick throw to the outside. Ended up kind of accidentally acting like a pick play. Two of our defenders end up getting caught up on each other. That's going to be a first down. All right, Hurts making an audible here. Single back. Shotgun trips left. Short throw over the middle. Gain of 9. To draw. Okereke is all over it. It's still amazing to me that McCaffrey is able to break tackles like that. Even though he's now, what, 30, 31 now? Maybe older. I think it said this was his 11th year in the league. So yeah, probably 32-ish. There's Dallas Goedert, another grizzled veteran on this Eagles offense. I hope they draft well. I hope they're drafting well, because after these guys go, it didn't look like they had much depth behind them. Of course, given the cap struggles that we highlighted at the top of the episode, with a number of our superstars, they might have an opportunity to snipe some of our best players. Absolute disaster. As a second tight end behind Dallas Goedert ends up just, but still is pretty athletic. Still pretty athletic. So kind of surprised to see him just get outrun. And the Eagles are within 1 score. Fantastic. Score requires a 2-point conversion, but we're definitely not in a spot that we had hoped to be able to just get back under center and run the ball as we like to do. That said, we're going to try it. We're going to see if we can still waste some time, maybe set up the play action. Still see 2 safeties deep. So far, they're not willing to put 8 men in the box. And another injury. Oh, go Holly, go. Go Holly, go. Look at that block down the field by Neighbors. That is one thing I will definitely miss if we're unable to re-sign Neighbors at the end of this year. It's Duncan Sherman, the backup tight end. He can stay in. Get him some Gatorade, get his ass back on the field. Let's go. Continuing with the run game. Nice juke move by Holly. It's a really athletic 2 yards. And we're going to keep pounding the rock. We're going to force these safeties up and hopefully maybe get a deep shot. Get Holly to the edge. It's just so fast. And there's an Eagle down. The run game continues. Come at me, bro. Oh my God. That juke? That juke? Disgusting. Now we got those safeties up. There's Theo Johnson. That's what we're looking for. That's what our offense pretty much was last year. Just run, 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 run. Play action. Shotgun when we need it. Just eating up a ton of time. We got one of our best players in the zone. Okay. The Eagles defense, though, they're playing pretty tight. They're playing pretty tight. We're going to mix it up a little bit. Down here in the end zone. We're going to go slot outs. We got a Texas route from Holly out of the backfield. We got Neighbors on an out. That's where I'm looking. R1 triangle. Sacked. They were lurking on everything. Probably should have, I guess, just thrown it away. Or maybe just stuck with the run game. 3rd and goal on the 14. To be honest, I'm not expecting a touchdown here. But maybe we can get it close enough. We threw a pick down here in this exact same spot last time. We get it down to the 3. We get it down to the 3. I am no Dan Campbell. We're just going to take the easy points. This gives us a 2-score lead. Okay. So we're back on top by 11. That means they need a touchdown, 2-point conversion, and a field goal, or 2 touchdowns. Having both of those happen in a quarter, in a couple minutes, could be kind of tough. As another injury, we're having players go down everywhere. Aiken is down. I'm not sure who Aiken is. But I would like to try and get some pressure on Jalen Hurts again. We have really struggled to do that in the last couple drives. He's in the zone. And they're going to hand off to Christian McCaffrey. No gain. Second and long. Really good time for a blitz. Oh, it's also a really good time for a screen. Executed to perfection. Well done by the Eagles offense there. Great play call in that spot. They go with a wide receiver screen that time. No shot. No shot. Not on our corners. You go with the run. McCaffrey stopped up. Basically ran right into the blitz. And now hopefully we can go max coverage here. And down goes Hurts. There's Bowden. That's his 5th tackle. So we are now 2 tackles away from Bowden getting superstar X Factor development. We got a quarter to do it. Shouldn't be a problem. We also need to eat a bunch of time. So maybe it will be a problem. He'll probably have 1, maybe 2 drives on defense to get those tackles. As Bartow runs out of bounds. Holly's having a nice day. The Eagles' defense has been pretty stout. He's been able to break off some chunk plays here and there. But all things said and done, Eagles' defense has been pretty good. We'll start off on the ground here. And I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but we just, even now, we're still just not that successful at running the ball to the right side. At least not nearly as successful as we are running to the left side. And go underneath to Johnson. Gains a few. No, he drops it. Now the goal was to eat time here. We launch it for Bartow. Should have gone with Neighbors. Luckily, that's why we took the field goal, though. That's why we took the field goal. Because if we can't score again, we still have the Eagles up by 2 scores. They need a lot. A little disappointed with our play calling, though. I would have liked to have seen us run some more time off. Probably should have committed to the run, even against the stack box. And now I think we're just going to play shell coverage. Like if they want to throw it for less than 10 yards every time, down by 2 scores, I'm okay with that. We'll make them earn it. 3rd and 1 here. That one's actually going to be Barkley. And oh no, there's Taylor Bowden. Injured on the play. Looks like maybe he's holding his ribs there. And he might actually end up being a couple tackles shy of that goal to get him to Superstar X Factor. And there goes McCaffrey. I mean, our linebackers are pretty good in coverage. Our defensive line is great at getting after the quarterback. But we are proving to be kind of fraudulent against the run. Time's still ticking away, though. Just over 6 minutes left. Uh-oh, fumble. Recovered by the Giants. And I think that's Boss taking off with it. The big man. The big man. Our second defensive touchdown on the strip sack. And then Dakota Boss, the big man, coming in and showing off the dance moves? I don't know. He just comes in, hits Hurts, punches the ball out. Hurts confused, doesn't know where it is. And then he picks up his own forced fumble. All right, bruised shoulder for Bowden. A medium risk. We are going to keep him in. Because if we can get him to Superstar X Factor, that is massive for his long-term development and looks really good for us as a team. So Eagles fans, pretty disappointed. I'd be pretty disappointed too. 2 turnovers by Jalen Hurts that have resulted in touchdowns for us. It's tough. I'm honestly surprised he was able to scoop that up without getting caught, and under pressure again. And there's Dakota Boss again. That is his 4th sack of the game. Coming to this one, when we were looking at the Eagles roster, we saw left tackle was really weak. I said it. Dakota Boss should have a big day. And that is his 4th sack. And another one for Aziz. This offensive line just has no answer for this pass rush. They held us in check for much of the 3rd quarter. But now we have just really come unglued on him. And Hurts. He's going to try and take off. There's Bowden. Another tackle for him. That's why we left him in. Might be considered a half tackle. But the Eagles elect to punt. We got 4 minutes to kill. We are going to go to shoe clock. And all in all with our offense, I would say I'm like marginally happy. Disappointed we threw a pick in the end zone. It was pretty obvious that, Hutchinson had decided where he was going to throw the football. Before hiking it. And that resulted in an interception in the red zone, which is always never good. And even on 3rd and 6, I think we just commit to running the ball here. We need to waste as much time as possible. Oh, and we're going to get the first down anyway. That's absolutely massive. As we're going to be able to take this one down to the 2-minute warning after this play. Eagles are going to have to start burning timeouts. And we're looking to be a lock for a W. There's the 2-minute warning. There's the 2-minute warning. 2nd and 10. We got the edge. We got Malik Neighbors with a block downfield. Just keep it in bounds. Clock keeps rolling. Okay, we plow ahead for a gain of 4. Eagles still not using timeouts. Kind of shocked. And that's going to be it. The game clock ahead of the play clock. 2, 1. That's it. That is it. So we're going to come out. We're going to hand the Eagles their first loss of the year. Both teams now 3-1. Pretty close game in the beginning, but turnovers really ended up hurting the Eagles way more than they hurt us. We did have, Jalen Hurts, pick 6, fumble that was returned for a touchdown, and then even though we threw a pick in the end zone, we turned around and immediately got a safety off of that. So points for us and a turnover. So big day for the defense. 3 scores. Take a look at the player stats, and we'll see if Taylor Bowden ends up getting Superstar X Factor. I'm not confident that he will, especially because Madden is really weird about challenges, and sometimes it'll say that they were accomplished when they weren't. But Hutchinson, 10-16, just shy of 200 yards, touchdown and a pick. Hurts, pretty efficient, 81% completion percentage, but a touchdown and a pick for him as well. Rushing, Holly breaks 100, average 5.7 and a touchdown. McCaffrey was pretty good, average 4.3. Hurts average 6. Saquon, 2 carries, average 5. So, we gave up 100-plus yards on the ground again. Not ideal. But our pass rush was incredibly tenacious, as we will see shortly. Malik Neighbors, 3 for 71. Hyatt, 2 for 58. Johnson gets a touchdown. And according to this, now I don't know if it only counts total tackles, but 11 total tackles for Bowden. He also had 2 TFLs. But a big sack day. 4 for Dakota Boss, 2 for Ojulari, and 1 for Bowden. And then just 1 half sack for McKinney. Okay. Tyler Newville with the interception, 98-yard return. It was really 100. And we had 1 field goal. All right. So pretty solid game. We're still not seeing many, the number of plays, offensive plays per team is still pretty low. But I think we're getting realistic numbers and realistic scores. So I'm still not quite to the point where I want to up the time on the quarters again. But we'll see. We'll see. All right. Will the game give us the breakout? We did accomplish the goal. We got 11 tackles. We did get the TFL. We got 2 TFLs. So we'll see if Madden decides that we accomplished the goal or not. Just when I thought you couldn't get any better, way to set a good standard for all the linebackers. I appreciate it, but I hope you don't think I'm done getting better yet. Well, you're going to be Superstar X Factor, so I don't know how much better you can get. I love it. I love it. The third-year linebacker, Taylor Bowden, is now a Superstar X Factor. He gets 10,000 XP. And he's a scheme fit bonus, so he gets another 20, so 12,500 XP. He's now a Superstar X Factor. Let's get to the next week and take a look at him. See what we need to assign as his X Factor abilities. Who won a weekly award? Dakota Boss, 9 total tackles, 4 sacks, a forced fumble, a forced fumble recovery, and a TD. That is massive for the kid. Absolutely massive. You love to see it. All right, let's take a look at the kid. Newly minted Superstar X Factor, Dakota Boss. Only 25 years old. Superstar X Factor. Let's take a look at his abilities. So his Superstar abilities, greater chance of forcing fumbles when landing perfect hit sticks. Could be nice. We don't run a ton of man-to-man anymore. I like this. Force more catch knockouts and react quicker in any midfield zone coverage less than 20 yards from the line of scrimmage inside the numbers. That's perfect. That's where he sits. So we're definitely going to go with that. I'm just not really concerned with hit sticks. Okay, defenders with ability can reach out of engaged blocks or tackles to tackle or sack. I like that one. And prevent additional yardage. I like that. Then a superstar ability. Okay, shutdown could be nice. Okay, we do run a lot of zone. All right, let's go with shutdown. He is truly a cover linebacker. He's got 90 speed, he's got 93 zone and 75 man coverage. You know, he's kind of small. He's only 6 foot 244, so he's pretty much a safety playing linebacker, and so we will treat him as that prototypical just lockdown cover guy, lurking over the zone, over the middle of the field. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, one more game. Let's see. All right, we got to, of course, change the depth chart so that we can do our offensive lineman drills. Madden's rules, not mine. And we also had a number of injuries last game. I think they were all temporary injuries, but let's take a look at the injury report just to be sure. Yeah, clean bill of health here. Okay. And you know what? I'm actually going to go ahead and do it. I know I've been talking about it constantly. But I really want to see some more impactful injuries. I just feel like that's going to add to the depth and the realism here. So I'm going to turn it just a little bit. We're going to go up to 55. So keep that. And then, all right, now we can do our weekly strategy. We can assume Taylor Bowden getting 2,500 XP and getting Superstar X Factor should have a few ratings boosts. All right, still working on Mike Simmons.
Here we go, here we go. Go.
And I almost wonder if we maybe move Simmons to right guard. Because I feel like we need more of a running presence on that right side of the line. We just haven't proved that we can consistently run the ball there. And it vexes me. It vexes me. Because I want to be able to, like, I don't want to be pigeonholed into saying, okay, well, we're going to run the ball. It has to be the left side. Like, if we have numbers on the right side, I would like to run it to the strong side. Typically, we run weak side. And we pretty much only rely on just Joey Hawley's athleticism and his speed to just get to the edge, as opposed to, you know, our linemen opening up holes. So, I'd like to work on that a little bit. Okay. Need to get. There we go. Need to get these bonus points. Okay. There's gold. And a pinch to grow an inch. All right. Now, even though he has hidden development, he still can get dev trade upgrades, which is also just a big part of why I do take the time to do this. It's just, if you can get dev trade upgrades, like, I really didn't think it made that big of a deal. But after seeing the development of, like, Joey Hawley as a rookie superstar X Factor versus other rookies that were drafted in his class or even before him, it's unbelievable how fast X Factor and superstar players develop compared to star or normal dev. I really didn't think it was that big of a deal, but it really is. So I will always do these just because they can be so impactful. I mean, I'm pretty sure the guy we just used, right, Deacon Fields, the only reason he has star dev is because of training drills. Same thing with Dakota Boss, I think. One of these guys was only normal dev. Oh wait, who's this? Who's Silas Rodriguez, a superstar dev as a rookie? As a rookie. All right, we need to get him some playing time. We need to get him some playing time. Like a lot. I think it's time. especially because if we cannot afford to keep Braxton McKinney, we are going to need him to be good right away. And he's not going to get good unless he gets reps. And knowing that he's a 20-year-old rookie with superstar dev, that is massive. That is absolutely massive. So, let's get him on the field more. And in order to do that, we are going to switch to a 4-3. That also alleviates the need to develop linebackers that are both pass rushers and cover linebackers. Now we don't have to worry about that. We can just strictly have cover linebackers, and then who can also eventually will be those like run stopping linebackers as well. Who is in here that was injured? We just checked the injury. There were no injuries. Interesting. Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, I guess potentially looking at losing 2 offensive linemen, we should work on some of these younger guys, right? I mean, he's 21. He's pretty young. Already a 75 overall. So I guess, yeah, that is the right play. Okay. Let's do it. Now, I must confess, since drafting him, and also seeing he only has normal dev, kind of forgot about him. He feels really athletic, which I like. So we'll have to take a look at his ratings and see what we need to work on. But I'm all right with this. Oh yeah, this guy's super athletic. Love that. Give me a dev trade upgrade to go along with it. That'd be great. It's all right. Okay. Goals for the week: 2 touching, 2 plus passing touchdowns. Let's try to allow 24 points or less. We'll go for 350 yards and 450 yards. All right. We have now upped the injuries to 55. So we'll see. All right. Dislocated shoulder for Isaiah Simmons. That's going to be a multi-week injury. Turf toe for Eugene Dye. Okay, so a backup corner out for a game. Isaiah Simmons out for multiple games. And on offense, all right, no injuries. Great. All right, so let's make the switch. We've talked about it a number of weeks. We're going to go ahead and do it. Let's go to the staff. Going to go to the scheme. And the scheme is now going to be 4-3 cover 3. Now we got to find. Okay, that looks good. All right, so we're officially making the switch over to a 4-3. And then when we look at the lineups, I don't like this view, but I like the look of it. I just don't like having to make adjustments in here. So defense, we will have Newbin, Beasley, Carter, Stump, Banks, Boss, and Ojulari, and then Rodriguez and McKinney. Beautiful. And then linebackers, Taylor Bowden in the middle, Fields, Thibodeau, Isaiah Simmons is injured, and then Okereke. Yeah, that looks good. All right, so new defensive look, but when you find out that you have a 20-year-old superstar on your team, you need to get him on the field ASAP. So that's what we're doing. Taylor Bowden with his 2,500 XP. I mean, with his, 93 zone, 75 man. I think we really need to up his run blocking ability. So we are going to invest some points into that. +4 to block shed right off the rip. +1 acceleration. That, I feel like that's pretty rare. Okay. So block shedding's still not in the 80s. He still has a long way to go. But I really like where we're at. Hyatt, we'll keep going deep threat. That's fine. We're spreading the ball a little bit. We're spreading the ball more this year than we have in previous years. Let's see. I still really want these guys to be able to run routes, because that's one thing that oh so now we know Bartow has superstar ability. We drafted really good down at the bottom of the board. So outside of our top 2-3, like round 1, 2, 3, we got 2 superstar rookies. I mean, I feel really good about that. Look at all these upgrades. Oh, and yes, now we know he's superstar. Let's see. What do we need? Oh, that's the only thing he can get. Okay, he's still young. He's still a little baby superstar. Little baby superstar. Love to see it. Okay. And with that, we are going to hop into game 2, second game of today's stream, or the episode if you are watching this after it's live. Once again, if you are watching this far into the video, thank you so much. I always appreciate your time. If you are enjoying the content, feel free to leave a like or subscribe. That would mean a lot. I post multiple hours of content every week. So you always have, 2 to 4 hours worth of Madden to watch every week. All right. So we're in Lambeau. Green Bay is going to get the ball first. We did not take a look at the roster, but they're 1-3. They're pretty low rated overall. And now we're going to see what our new 4-3 can do. Jordan Love, 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns, 4 picks. Not the greatest stats. You'd like to see that touchdown to interception ratio be, more along the 3-to-1 ratio. And look at that. Look at that. 3 superstar or superstar X factors on the defensive line. And it is an underthrow by Jordan Love over the middle. All right, handoff to Dobbs up the middle, and Ojulari cuts in there expeditiously. All right, so we don't have the quarter cover 3. Ooh, big hit over the middle. There's that superstar ability coming into play. Knocking the ball out with the big hit. Thing of beauty. Thing of beauty. All right. There's a $60 million man himself. Oh. You got Graham in the slot. We might have a little slot blitz. Are we going to rip it to him? Nope. We're going to go underneath the Neighbors. Broken tackle, first down. Let's get underneath to the tight end. Let's get the ball out quickly. That was a pretty bad route, though. Ends up only getting 2. Oh, we got Graham. We got Graham! And his depth trait's not revealed yet, but we saw with his ability slot, we know that he has superstar dev, or was that Bartow? Ugh. I think that was Bartow. My bad. But still, Dorian Graham, between him and Bartow, one of those guys is definitely the heir apparent to Malik Neighbors. Like, I've come to grips with the fact that, like, we are... Oh, speaking of which, Malik Neighbors, high ankle sprain and will not be able to return. So now Graham is going to be our number 1 wide receiver. And he needs to prove it, because I've pretty much reconciled with the fact that due to cap constraints, we are not going to be able to sign 99 overall Malik Neighbors. I don't know how we can. I don't know how we can afford him. And again, like I said, I am more focused on maintaining the integrity of our offensive and defensive line over signing Neighbors when we have so many young, like superstar, like freak athlete wide receivers behind him, and we know we can develop the talent. So we're going to trust the process, and we just have to hope that he ends up going to a different conference, ideally, because I do not want to face him. All right, it's a run here on first down for the Packers. And let's take a gander. Let's take a gander at who we're actually facing today. So the Packers, Jordan Love, now 29 years old, 88 overall. They got Luke Betts, a rookie, that is 68 overall. Josh Jacobs is injured, so that's tough. But Betts, 93 speed, he could be a problem. They got Romeo Dobbs. They got Jaden Reed. They got Tim Wilson. Looks like a sophomore wide receiver. Not a ton of speed, but we'll see. Michael Maher, or Maher. I think it's pronounced Maher, right? A tight end. Their offensive line looks pretty solid across the board. Right guard a little weak, right tackle a little weak, so maybe Aziz, maybe our new rookie superstar tackles is going to have a day. Defensively, their defensive line looks okay. Linebacker core, solid, 85, 86 overall. We got 3 solid corners, led by Jair Alexander and then Xavier McKinney and Jaheel Cadet, the sophomore strong safety. Okay, so they got some guys in the back end, but I'm not seeing any crazy threats. I'm not seeing anything crazy. Uh-oh, it's a screen, and we're all over it. Who is that? 27 coming in, making a play. I believe that's Tyler Newbin. I think they actually had that screen set up pretty well. Jordan Love has a rope out there. And I think that's Dakota Boss is injured. Yeah. All right, so we're already feeling the effects of the injury sliders going up by 5. But, I mean, this is what you see in a game. Players get injured, they go down. We talk about it ad nauseum. Good tackle in the open field there. Michael Maher. I feel like it's pronounced, or is Maher the kicker? I feel like, yeah, maybe Maher's the kicker. So Maher, correct myself, with a good open field tackle there. Quick throw over the middle. That's going to be a first down. Oh my God, Dakota Boss, knee cartilage tear. He is likely going to be out for a long time. And that is tough. That is tough. Packers and Jordan Love here with the first down at the 30. Love under pressure. And that's picked. Just go down. Thank you. Michael Carter, the second veteran corner. Jordan Love underthrows it a little bit. And Carter's able to lock that one down. That is our second pick in 2 games. And we're going to do, of course, everything we can to make the Packers pay for their mistake. Still seeing 2 deep safeties. We got to remember we don't have Malik Neighbors. As Hyatt drops that one, he certainly had an opportunity to reel that one in. Kind of just waiting for the Packers to creep us, to give me some. I actually really like a run in this spot. And for good reason. Big 78 up on the safety. And Joey Hawley's first run goes for 14. Wow, big overthrow there. Try and get the screen game going a little bit. We got it set up. We got blockers. I need big 70 to get out. He blocks that corner, and we got a touchdown. It's not the best awareness there. Safety's deep. I'm going to get another run here on first down. I like our numbers. We got a nice hole. That is a good hole. And we have another injury. One of our linemen going down. That's Pritchett. Hopefully it's not a repeat of game one where we up the sliders on the penalties and got absolutely obliterated. But we'll see. Going over the middle. That's Hyatt. He hangs on. Dislocated shoulder. We're going to have the second-year man, Carmichael, coming in. It's a good thing we invested all that training into him last year. Oh, great ball from Hutchinson. Not really a very good route, but ends up dropping it right into the hands of Jalen Hyatt on that one. We'll take it when we can get it. First and goal on the 9. Ball's going to go to Holly. He's got a pretty good seam. Gains 5. And he's had a couple really good carries. We're going to give him an opportunity here. Or are we? I just saw that he is on the bench and angry. And so Kelly on his first NFL rush ends up getting the touchdown. Hopefully that's not a bad injury to Holly. Wow, right off the rip. It's a back injury to be determined. Neighbors is just out for the game. Pritchett's out for the game, and Boss is out for a while. So I think that means Holly's going to be out for a considerable amount of time, which is not good because we don't have a ton of depth at running back. We're going to get Kenye in there. He was the guy for a while. He's going to have to come in. He's the only one that really has speed, which is what we kind of predicate our run game off of. Getting to the edge with speed and athleticism, getting out into space, and making plays. Still end up scoring on the drive, but a number of injuries starting to rack up. Oh, thank God. It's just back spasms. We will still sub Nwangwu in just to give Holly a rest. I don't want to aggravate a back injury, certainly. That could end up being a long-term injury. Okay. Packers with the return there at the 25. There goes Bobby Okereke. Okay. So we upped the injury sliders a little bit more because we wanted to see a few more injuries, to really have, as realistic as a experience as possible. And we're feeling it. We're feeling it. All right. Packers 1st and 10. Jordan Love under center, and he's under pressure. Hit hard by Azeez Ojulari. And that ball is thrown into the ground. Bruised shoulder will return. We will substitute Hall in. And now we get an opportunity to see what some of these backups can do. That's kind of that's my thought process in upping, having more injuries is now we have to really think about depth at positions. All right. Crosser manages to catch that one in front of the newly minted superstar X Factor. Oh, really good coverage there. Wilson gets hit, ends up dropping the ball. That was a pretty good ball. Bruce Sternum. Ojolari's out. So both of our starting defensive ends are out. Luckily, it's just for the game for Ojolari. That's basically, I think, what Madden does for concussions. So Ojolari's out. Boss is out. Stockton is going to be at right end, right? Yes. And so I don't know who comes in. Looks like it's going to be Buckner. All right, we'll see how the kid can play. Next man up mentality. Let's go. You wouldn't think that moving a slider 5 points is going to make that much of a difference, but we got what we asked for. It's Bartow. Oh, and there's the Packer down. All right, we are going to continue with the pass game. It's been really good so far. And I'm really thinking that this is the year where Hutchinson has his true breakout. You know, we don't have to worry about getting touches for Joey Hawley since he's injured. In fact, you could argue maybe, you know, Kenye, he's much older now, still pretty fast, but oh, and Hawley's back in. Just kidding, we're fine. Everything is fine. I still like our strategy so far, though, just lining up in shotgun, and when their middle linebacker is vacates. Actually, I'm okay with a run right here. Look at that gap. Great blocking by our offensive line. And now Hawley's in the zone. Let's keep feeding him. It's tough. Gets blown up there. I think we had a crease, but he ends up getting kind of sucked into a tackle there. That's actually the end of the quarter. All right, so we're up 14-0 in the first quarter, driving on the Packers again. I really like what I'm seeing out of the offense so far. And despite the injuries, we've still been really productive. There we go. The drive continues. Hyatt's up to 50 yards. Spreading the ball around, using the run game when we have the opportunities. I really like how we're operating right now. Really making the defense play honest. Hutchinson a little zealous there on the throw. Ends up throwing it out of bounds. And that is another touchdown, an absolute dot up the seam to Dorian Graham. Beautiful throw from Hutchinson. I mean, beautiful throw. And okay. High ankle sprain for Andrew Thomas. That is our third lineman to go down in this game, I think. So the injuries piling up, but we're still getting results. 9 plays, 74 yards on a 2-minute and 46-second drive. I mean, oh my God. How do we even have an offensive lineman injured on that play? So, yeah, 3 offensive linemen injured. Luckily, these guys are just for the game, but wow. So, oof. Yeah, it's going to be the rookie. He's going to get time. Carmichael's going to be at left guard. Still have Ramirez. I mean, right? I mean, this is why we invest so much draft capital in training into these offensive linemen for situations like this. 3 offensive linemen down. And let's lock in with the rookie. Uh-oh. Kayvon Thibodeau with a pick. Definitely not known for his coverage abilities. He had 1 game last year where he had 2 pick sixes in a game. That was his only interceptions all year. And he managed to snag one in coverage here. Jordan Love, feeling the pressure from the rookie, has yet to secure his first sack, but I imagine it's coming soon. And offense quickly takes back over. 1 play drive for the Packers offense. Hawley's still in the zone. Let's try and feed him a little bit. Not blocked very well. Only gain of 3. But keeping the Packers defense honest. Oh, great diving effort there. But leading the receiver too much, Bartow cannot hang on. Now we find ourselves in a 3rd and 7. Possible blitz. We're going to streak Graham to counter the blitz. Oh, we'll have a quick option. It's not. We go underneath. Hutchinson up to 180 yards. 2 touchdowns on the game. Looking really good. I'm really starting to embrace the idea that he can really carry us in games now. I mean, 4 down linemen, but absolutely no one over the middle. It's an RPO. Hawley gets it, only gains 2. Okay. Trying out some new plays. We're digging really deep into the playbook now. Got a seed over the middle. Great throw and catch There's Dorian Graham. 3 receptions, 96 yards, 2 TDs, and Holly's injured again. All right, so we'll keep him out. But on the 3-yard line, you got to think we got to do what we normally do very well, which is run the ball. And we did not get it. Unbelievable. We're on the 1-yard line. We have a 6'6", 250-pound quarterback. We're going to try and just barrel it in, and we do. It's going to be a 1-yard rushing QB. Look at the dance moves. Look at the dance moves. Good stuff. He just kind of falls forward, uses his size and his weight. We have a really good center in there. About the only starting lineman that's still healthy. And we have a dominant 28-0 lead. Seemingly as easy as possible over the Packers. I mean, they're tough. They're 1-3. They're pretty low rated overall. So we didn't necessarily expect them to put up much of a fight, but they're looking porous in the secondary. A turnover already from Jordan Love. Yeah, and with Ojulari out, we're going to lock in with the rookie, Silas Rodriguez, who 20 years old. We drafted him in the, I want to say like 4th-ish round, 5th round, ends up being superstar. Superstar dev as a 20-year-old rookie. So we're giving him some playing time. We're going to try and get him his first NFL sack in this game. So far, Packers really haven't tried to stretch the field much. They've just been content to just throw short passes to the sideline over the middle. Oh, Jordan Love on the run. Rodriguez had a chance. Ended up getting kind of washed out of it. Let's switch to the cover 2. Make them earn it. Make them earn it. Oh, go Silas, go Silas, go. And that's another underthrow from Jordan Love. That's the second one we've seen today, where he ends up just throwing it at the feet of a receiver down the field. And it's a screen. Didn't feel like a screen, but it was. Ends up being 3rd and 1. We have yet to blitz. And Reed is going into the locker room. We're going to send 6. Press man coverage. It is a pass, and we're all over Love instantly. Deacon Fields, definitely not much of a pass rusher, but unevaded to the quarterback. And they're going for a 60-yard field goal. We're gonna play this really safe. We're not gonna go for the block. We're just gonna play this really safe in case it is a fake. 60-yard field goal is up and wide right. It actually had the distance. And, yeah, a ton of time. I mean, a ton of time. Hits Sherman on the run. Good throw and catch, 200 yards, 3 touchdowns for Hutchinson right now. Absolutely carving up the Packers defense here. I mean, this is got to be one of Hutchinson's best games ever. And given how many injuries we've had, it's kind of surprising. Kelly gets the carry up the middle. There's the 2-minute warning. I mean, this empty slot under has just been absolute money on third down. And there it is again. And I think I just saw Johnson holding his shoulder. He might be injured. Ton of injuries, but a lot of them are just, guys out for maybe a series or something. And that's part of the reason why we moved on from Kinye Nwangwu, as he just drops a wide open pass. A dude could not catch open balls. Oh, on the run, and he's in! Wow. Is that Hyatt? Yeah, Jalen Hyatt with a catch and run over the middle. I thought he was going to be lucky to get a first down. But that's what I was saying. We have a ton of really young, just hyper-athletic guys. Packers defender did get a hand on his shoulder, but not enough to slow him down. And if anything, it just got him a lined up field even that much faster. And, I mean, this is just decimation. Amidst all the injuries, we've gotten turnovers, we've gotten sacks. Well, maybe not many sacks. But, I mean, Green Bay's offense obviously has done nothing, and our offense is cooking. Under Hutchinson right now. We are going to move to a dime package here, as we are a little depleted at linebacker. Get more of our defensive backs out on the field. It's a screen. Get out there. Get out there. Run him down, big man. My goodness, that's the defensive tackle chasing down the receiver down the field. That's actually, I mean, that's a huge game for the Packers. It's the biggest game by far of the game on a screen pass, and we hit, kind of prevent coverage. I'm surprised that ended up going anywhere, but Packers ended up taking a timeout. Minute 30 left, 2 timeouts remaining. Love under pressure, delivers a pretty good ball out to the flat. And make the stop quickly. Gain is 7. It's another quick throw to the flat. Receiver gets out of bounds. I mean, get a first down, get out of bounds. There's Mayer again. It's another screen. And we're just not there. Maybe starting to feel some of the defensive injuries. Maybe also lacking a little bit of speed now that we moved from the 3-4 to the 4-3. Uh-oh. And down goes Love. There's McKinney and the random backup, whose name I cannot remember, coming in for a loss of 15 on the play. They are going to give the credit to Braxton McKinney on the sack. Unbelievable. We'll take it. So we finally get to Love. I feel like we've had him under pressure a few times, but definitely not many sacks. And again, throws it at the feet of a receiver in the middle of the field. He has not had his most accurate day by far. Pass coming here. We're going to guard the sticks. Just don't let him get a first down. It's a short throw over the middle. Caught. Packers use their last timeout. And it looks like they are going to try and kick a field goal. 4 seconds left to finally get on the board. I mean, this has just been, depressing for Packers fans here at Lambeau. And by far, our most dominant game of the season. I think this may be one of the first times we scored 35 points, let alone 35 and a half. We'll just run the ball inside. Let the clock run out here. We still managed to gain 8. All right. So there's half. So far, we are looking like we are cruising to a victory here. And we get the ball back to start the third. Ooh, thought we had an edge there. Bartow, very speedy. And Holly beat up multiple times in this game. Coming back out to start the third. Still in the zone. I'm liking these numbers right here. We're going to streak Hyatt. We're going to streak Graham. Oh, is that a drop? I'm not sure if that was a drop or a great play. Either way, unfortunate. Look at the middle of the field, wide open. Okay, defended pretty well. Linebackers react and plug that one up. Still a gain of 6, though. We'll take those all day long. We got Johnson underneath. We'll let him catch and run. Get the big man some yard. Hutchinson closing in on 300 yards. Woke up feeling dangerous today. And that was not the plan coming into this one. Not the plan at all. Uh-oh, Graham! 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 Malik Neighbors injured. Dorian Graham fills in, and that is his 3rd touchdown of the game. Little bit of a blown coverage. Free safety lurking on the underneath routes, on the crossers. Graham takes the top off. 97 speed, I think, for him. I mean, this is insane. By far, Hutchinson's best game of his career. This is really like a coming out party for him. I mean, eventually you would think like we would need to go to the run game to put this one on ice, but the passing game has been so good, like why would we? Looks like Gokerike's beat up a little bit. But defense, I mean, I don't know if this is indicative of the defensive switch or if it's more to do with just not great Packers offense. But we make the switch to the 4-3, and all of a sudden, we're holding Green Bay to 3 points in 3 quarters. That's definitely a recipe for success. It's another screen. Thankfully, we had a man in the flat. So it ends up only being a gain of 4. They're coming out 5 wide. Let's get a blitz. I don't think I got it called in time. I did not. We're only sending 4. We're pass committing. Throw up the middle. Ends up actually hitting a lineman. Rodriguez, he's pretty hyped. I think he was the one who maybe batted that one down. Packers offense stalls again. I think it is about time to go under center. Hutchinson's having a heck of a day. We're going to go 2 clock. We're going to get under center. We're going to try and run the ball a little bit. We still got Holly in the zone. And we got the edge. Holly up the sideline. I mean, I don't know. Maybe this Packers team is just not good. 10 carries for 80 yards. I mean, close to 20 on that one. Yikes. That one blocked very poorly. But we are going to stick with the run game. And I do want to keep this one going as Holly is out again. 4th time being taken out of the game for injury. Ooh, big hit over the middle. Dislocated shoulder. What is his injury rating? I gotta know this now. What in the world is his injury rating? It's like at the very bottom here, right? Injuries 95. Okay. I don't know. Honestly, I don't really know what toughness does. I'll be honest. I don't know. But we're going to still stick with the ground game even though we don't have our star in. All right, 3rd and 7. Now we'll go back to the pass. We're only passing to keep the game going. Now don't get me wrong. I'll still chuck this thing. Oh, wow. Huge broken tackle and then a huge hit on Johnson. Still just trying to kill as much clock as possible. Decent gain there. Find ourselves in another third down. So guess what we're going to do? Pass the ball. All right, there's the rookie. Makes the catch. Keeps the clock rolling. Nice. I mean, truly, like, even with, 3 backup linemen in, I gotta say, pretty happy with the way we've blocked today. Hutchinson has also faced no pressure. And on the 1 yard line, I think we're going to give him another shot at a rushing touchdown. We got in. It's like it's a yard plus, but we're gonna give him a shot. Do we have like the new? Do we have the tush push? Do we have the tush push with this guy? Just signing autographs for the team. I mean, if we know that he can guarantee get a yard and a half just by falling forward, we'll take that. 6 total touchdowns for Hutchinson today. 4 through the air, 2 rushing. That is, and then that's, I mean, wow. Wow. We have yet, I think, to score 50 in this entire franchise. Might have our opportunity today. I mean, we're just going to be playing basic 4-3, just cover 3, just staying in our base. Like, they're going to have to force the ball down the... I mean, this game's over. We know that. It's just a matter of, can we prevent them from scoring from breaking double digits? That would be, I think, a massive accomplishment for this defense. And Rodriguez knocks down another pass. Okay. The big man. The rookie. Only 20 years old. Throwing his weight around. Batting down passes too. I mean, this has just been domination. I don't know Jordan Love's numbers. They're not great. At most, his longest pass play has been a screen. So it was thrown not even to the line of scrimmage. And that was his longest pass play. I mean, they just... If they want to throw for 5 yards at a time, sure. Fine. Fine. Okay. I'm almost tempted to just sim them, super sim at this point. but we do not get dominant wins very often. In fact, we've never put up 50 points on a team. And most of our games are within a score or two. Every now and then we'll get like a 3-score game because we force a team to throw late in the game. They end up getting picks. There's another sack. I mean, there's really not much else to say except for just... I mean, even then, I mean, it's 3rd and 16, so you don't really expect them to get a first down there, but you would at least expect them to try to throw it down the field. And they're going to punt? Okay. Honestly, we'll do a return. I hope they fake punt, and I hope they're successful. No, they've just given up all hope. And the punt is ass. Out at the 24-yard line. I mean, Graham, look at that. 5 targets, 4 catches for 139 and 3 touchdowns. He's just been an absolute menace with Malik Neighbors out. But we're just going to keep the ball on the ground. Try and get Green Bay out of their misery. Fumble. Luckily recovered. Let's not do that again. All right, 3rd and 2. And it looks like the time stopped for an injury. I mean, Packers are playing the run hard. They finally forced a punt. Good job, guys. That's a pretty decent punt. Angled out of bounds. Flips field position. Okereke's down again. All right, we'll take a look at the injury report after this game. But we upped injuries by 5 on the sliders. And then all of a sudden we went from no injuries, maybe 1 injury a game, to, 6-8 injuries. Now, some of them, the guys come back out, later in the quarter. So, not that impactful, but shoulder strain. I feel like that's his 2nd time with the shoulder strain. I guess he just re-aggravated it. We're going to keep him in. I probably shouldn't when you're up 46 with 3 minutes left, but all right. Still looking to get the newly minted superstar Silas Rodriguez, the rookie. I think he was like a 4th, 5th rounder again. We found out we drafted him with superstar dev. Still looking for his first sack. He's had a number of pressures on Jordan Love, but they've just been dinking and dunking over the middle. He hasn't really had a chance to get after him. In fact, despite all of our defensive success, I think we've only had maybe 2 or 3 sacks on Love all game. Of course, we're out 2 of our starting edge rushers. So, understandable. It's just I mean, just volume catches for their receivers, getting 5, 8, 10 yards at a time. That's one way to do it. They haven't really tried to run the ball like at all. Which, if there was a weakness for our defense, it's probably running the ball. But they're actually putting together a pretty good drive here. Now finally down into the red zone. I think last time they were down here, they ended up taking a sack for a huge loss. Just like that. The big man McKinney getting his second sack of the day. A loss of 13 on the play. Oh, man. Green Bay Packers had a no good, very bad day. Love under pressure again. Throws it away. Third and 23. What will they do here? And will it matter? No. Is surprise answer. Jordan Love is... He rolls out to throw it half a yard downfield. It's 4th and 23. They're going to try and kick a field goal. They went for a 60-yarder earlier in the game. Had the leg, but was wide right. And they are going to get another one here. All right. I think it's safe to say we've won. I could not be any happier with the way this game has gone. Really, truly looking like the defending Super Bowl champions. Had some pretty tight games against some really good teams. And then our first game really against just not a good Green Bay team. Even Jordan Love has not looked good. Sometimes missing wide open receivers. But we do have some issues with injuries that we're going to have to address after this game. Is that going to be a holding? Yeah. We should probably just be kneeling the ball, I guess. They actually accept it. If we go to coach suggestions, do we get a kneel? No. They still want us to run the ball. Where's QB kneel? Clock management. QB kneel. Here we go. Let's just end this game. There we go. All right, so Packers fans, if they're still here, if they have not vacated the stadium yet, are going to go home real sad. The New York Giants pummel the Packers into submission. And it looks like a team last year that won the Super Bowl in the back of the run game may look to really utilize the pass game more. Hutchinson went 22 of 28, 342 yards and 4 touchdowns. We didn't even run the ball or pass the ball at all, I think, in the fourth quarter. Jordan Love, tough day, 28 of 41, no touchdowns, 2 picks, only averaged 5.7 yards per pass. That's kind of what I was alluding to. Hawley had a good game, 12 of 80 for 86, but he was constantly in and out for injury. Kenye came in, 12 attempts for 34. You can just see the difference between our run game with Hawley and without. And Green Bay only 5 total attempts on the day. Receiving, Malik Neighbors was injured very early on after just one catch. And Hyatt 9 for 98. Dorian Graham electric 4 for buck 39. Theo Johnson gets involved. Backup tight end gets involved. 3 touchdowns for them. And then defensively, we were on the field a lot. Taylor Bowden, of course, leads the way. 12 total tackles, 3 TFLs for McKinney, 2 for Hall, 2 for Fields, 1 for Ojolari. The rookie Rodriguez, zeros across the board on his stat line. I need him to get more involved. 4 total sacks on the day from some backups. Deacon Fields and Derek Hall finally getting some reps. And then a pick from Michael Carter and 1 from Kayvon Thibodeau. No field goals. And that is a dominant win. So actually a really exciting episode. We saw a game with a ton of injuries where we actually dominated the opponent. We had a really intense game, I think, versus the Eagles, division rivals. We ended up doing really well against them. I meant to do receiving back, but okay. You know, we found out our young defensive tackle, a superstar dev. We got Taylor Bowden up to superstar X Factor. I mean, this was a huge episode. We tweaked the injury sliders and we are feeling it. Isaiah Simmons out for a week, Dakota Boss out for 5, and Kingsley Suamaitai out for 4 weeks. So we will leave the injury sliders up from where they were, just because I want to see how this plays out. I'm not going to be like, oh no, 4 injuries. That's kind of what we were searching for. We need to see how backups play. That's how the NFL works. But that will be it for this episode. Thank you so much for your time. If you made it this far, I really appreciate it. If you did enjoy this content, I would really appreciate a like and a subscription. And if not, that's okay too. As always, just really appreciate your time. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.